Real quick before we actually talk about tennis balls, I would like to dedicate this video to Stinky, aka my sister's fiance, because he told me he wanted a little character of him drawn. So here you go. Just kidding, but for real, welcome to your YouTube debut. Alright, back to balls. So my sister's fiance recently moved in with us, and all of us have been playing outside more often. We've been playing badminton, basketball, and of course, tennis. But we aren't playing actual tennis. We have no net. It's kind of just us hitting balls back and forth with the rackets in our backyard. Well, remember when you were younger and if a ball accidentally went over the fence, you would simply knock on your neighbor's door to get it? Well, now we don't do that for multiple reasons. And those poor tennis balls, I swear we started out with like 15 of them and we probably lost half of them within 2 days. It was so bad. Kind of funny, but then I realized watching those tennis balls fly past my reach over to the neighbors' fences that was money also flying over the fence. After we lost the first 2 balls, I suggested we started naming them. No reason why, I just felt it would be more fun to call them by weird names because I knew. I had a gut feeling that we would be losing more of them as time went on. And you know what they say, always trust your gut. So with that said, let's take the time to reflect and remember those balls we had lost. So for the first tennis ball, we named him Wilson. Oh, and FYI, after Wilson, I won't be going in order of the balls we lost because I barely remember what happened. But back to Wilson, the only main reason why I named him Wilson is because the brand we were using was Wilson. Please don't copyright me. But anyways, Wilson was a good old sport. Didn't cause much trouble, was a normal ball. The reason we lost it was totally because of our lack of skill. Well, okay, we lost all the tennis balls because of our lack of skill. Anyways, how we lost Wilson was always because someone, cough cough, Stinky, hit Wilson too much towards the side and very high. Wilson flew, hit the roof of our shed, and bounced till it flew to our neighbor's yard. I guess this would be a good place to explain the anatomy of our backyard so we know which neighbor I refer to. Our playing field was like this. The cement we played on, the house was on the left, or right, depending on which side you're on. There was our neighbor's yard on the other side. Behind this player was the other neighbor's house, and a larger fence that led to the front yard was behind this player. The shed was right here, and the awning was over here. The shed is where we lost Wilson. Moment of silence for Wilson. The next one I want to say is Leroy, a much livelier tennis ball. He liked to bounce, and he liked the edge of our rackets because I would try to aim, and when I thought I would hit Leroy right in the center of my racket, he would just barely hit the edge and fly off. And believe it or not, Leroy also flew onto the shed, but much slower than Wilson did. I don't know. Leroy was probably trying to find Wilson himself, but he rolled off the shed's roof and into a space in between our shed and the fence. So technically we could still get them. But for one thing, that area was locked. And because we haven't opened that storage area in forever, our dad probably has because he gardens a lot, but I haven't seen what's in there in years. I don't know what lives there. So poor Leroy's just chilling there all by his lonesome.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
The next was Smelly Cantaloupe. This was more of a combined name between my sister and her fiance, and Smelly Cantaloupe was a thing. Smelly Cantaloupe was a great hider. We have a lot of chairs, boxes, and things in our backyard, meaning things get stuck in between stuff. And along with all that stuff is Smelly Cantaloupe. I don't remember how that happened and why we couldn't reach it, but that happened. The rest of these tennis balls flew over the fence to our neighbors' houses. Let me just name them all so you can really have a perspective of how many tennis balls were launched. There was Hooster, Harry Jerry, Squidward tennis balls, and Filbert. This is how most of them were lost. There were 2 main reasons and a special third one that I will mention afterwards for our situation. The first way was because we hit the tennis balls too hard and it was too fast to stop. Quote, too fast. It was more like, well, for me at least, I didn't want to run to attempt to hit the ball, so I reach out as far as I can, and if it doesn't reach, then I guess I'm not getting it. The second is because I hit it too high. Look, We may have had tennis equipment, but that does not mean we know how to play, aka we don't know how to properly hit the ball, or even how to properly hold the racket. So sometimes when we hit them, they really flew. The third special reason was my sister. That's it. Just her. I'm not trying to talk smack about her tennis skills or her lack thereof, but there was a different energy when we play with her. Her approach, terrifying. Her swing, terrifying. The ball she actually hit it, terrifying. I've just been traumatized by her playing. I'm just joking, but still. Our latest tennis ball, surprisingly, is still standing. We named him Lenny. So Lenny, we are counting on you not to get lost.